know, everybody's going green. We're talking about green today, and one of the companies that definitely got on the bandwagon quicker than most, it was Ford. And this, Dave, I didn't get your last name, Dave.
Principato, Tim.
Yeah, and we're standing here, and you got a lot of green on the showroom floors now. When I say that, hybrid cars, but some other cars that aren't hybrids that definitely are green still.
Well, it's really a great story. I mean, this vehicle next to me is the Ford Escape Hybrid, and it's what we say it's the greenest SUV in the planet, okay? 34 miles per gallon in front-wheel drive version in the city. Even if you get all-wheel drive, 29 miles per gallon. Then you go over here to my right.
Well, before we leave this one here, because you know you talk about that, I want people to know that the inside, because I was amazed. I looked inside of it before we went over there. I mean, this is a full-size, you know, not the great big sport utility vehicle, but it's a full-size sport utility vehicle.
Well, what we're finding is a lot of people are downsizing a bit, and really when you go to the Escape, there's plenty of room for passengers and cargo. And you know, if I could even bring you inside, I'll show you something else neat.
Yeah, I love to go in there. So show me all you can. Sell me the car. I mean, I'm looking at this and it's saying, you know, what I drive and this, there's not much difference, but there is quite a bit of difference when you look at the gas and price of gas. I'm getting like 19 on the highway right now, and this thing's telling me, you know, how much on the highway?
Well, you're going to get 34 on the hybrid. And what else is, we're at the Great Green Expo, and so I wanted to point this out to you. Look above you. When you see that headliner, looks pretty normal, right? What you see in any other car. Are the seats pretty comfortable?
Yeah.
What's great about this vehicle is that the headliner and the seat is made largely of what we call soy foam. And it's 25% lower weight, 25% lower cost, gives you all the comfort you're used to, you don't even know it, and it's good for the environment.
And this is a full-size sedan. I'm looking at that, plenty of leg room in the back and everything else. What are we looking at?
Well, this is your Ford Fusion Hybrid, and this is the most fuel-efficient sedan in America. Whether you get the hybrid version or the gas version, this is the hybrid version. It gets 41 miles per gallon.
I was going to say, can I say that? Because I just looked over and saw that sign. I'm like, 41 miles to the gallon.
Yes, you absolutely can. In fact, here, let me take you in this car, and I'll show you something really neat about this car.
All right, I'm gonna jump in it. There. All right, because I'm sitting here. I guess the same thing applies with the interior that we're talking about on the other one, or they do the same interior in this?
A little different here, and what I wanted to point out is that even the biggest lead foot will turn into a careful, slow driver in this car, and that's a great thing for everybody, for the environment as well. But here's what's interesting. We have what we call a tree growing out of the dashboard. Not a real tree, but when you fire the vehicle up, what you'll find is that there's actually a tree in the dashboard, and depending on how carefully you drive the vehicle, you will see more leaves on the tree in the dashboard. If you move to the center, you see the center stack? That 80-inch screen has a lot of gauges that show how you're driving from a fuel efficiency standpoint. So while you're driving this thing, you'll see 38 miles per gallon, 40 miles per gallon. You want to get up to 50 miles per gallon. I mean, it's really something.
This one really caught my attention here, Dave, when I saw that, because you talk about a gorgeous automobile. I mean, this has got design to it. It's got style to it. It's not a hybrid, you were telling me, but just as well works as a hybrid.
This is the new Ford Taurus SHO, and this is really the latest application of our engine technology that we call EcoBoost. It's direct injection with twin turbocharging, and the advantage there, Tim, is that it provides you, in this case, the power of a V8 engine with the fuel efficiency of a V6, because you see, even with 365 horsepower in this vehicle, I mean, it's fast. It also gets 25 miles per gallon on the highway.
Ford's product has gone way beyond, like you said, to mention a couple other different ones out there. They just keep climbing. They're setting the footprint for not just the green, but the footprint for American manufacturers that can survive in these times.
Well, since you mentioned the green, and since we're at the Great Green Expo, I have to show you one more neat thing. Can I show you that?
You can show me that. So let's go over here, because the Taurus, and this, you know, Taurus was, I drove those for many years. I worked for a major company one time, and it was fleet product, and great cars. You could beat them, and, you know, as we did when we did them for fleet, but you know, they held up. Now, this isn't the Taurus that I drove by any means, because this I don't know if I want to look inside. This is absolutely gorgeous.
It is truly a world-class product. But since we're at the Great Green Expo, there's one real neat thing about this car. Just have a seat on the passenger side.
All right, I'm gonna jump in here, and I don't want to do this. I know I don't, because I'm looking. It's absolutely probably one of the best-looking products I've ever seen as far as a dash.
So it's got all the technology that you would expect of a car that's really much more expensive than this vehicle. We talked about the sync technology already, but this has a lot of other safety technologies as well. It has cross-traffic alert. If you get too close to a vehicle that's in front of you, the car will automatically have a red indicator light and an audible tone that will pretty much scare the heck out of you, but it'll tell you to back off, okay?
No more riding on somebody's bumper then.
That's right. And is that seat pretty comfortable?
Very comfortable.
Does it feel like you're sitting on perhaps plastic soda bottles?
No. It feels, it's unbelievably comfortable. Very nice.
The reason I ask you that question is because that seat cover is made largely of recycled plastic soda bottles, if you can believe that.
It's hard to believe, but I'm believing everything that's happening because things that's happening with green period is making us change the way we do things, and this is going to hold up longer than most materials because if especially when it comes to staining stuff. I learned this because I did a carpet. Yeah,
okay.
And when carpet, when it's plastic, think about it. Plastic doesn't stain like other materials.
Well, what we're trying to do, Tim, is really if we can make a choice to use a more environmentally friendly material, we're going to do it because it's good for everybody.
Dave, I want to thank you for your time.
Tim, thank you very much. It's been a pleasure.
Hey, Nicole, this is Tyler Richardson, and I see you're here at the Green Expo in the Riverfront. Would you like to tell us what you're doing here today?
Yeah, sure. We're selling candles for the Green Expo because they're 100% soy, so they're good for the environment and they're good for the air.
And why are they good for the air?
Well, they're 100% soy, so they burn really clean. There's no soot or anything, and it's good if you have breathing problems or asthma. It burns really clear, no black soot.
Oh, that's great. And I know I made an order for my store, so you guys enjoy the show, and
thank you.
Thanks for coming.
All right, you're talking about going green. You don't go more greener than if you go solar and windmill and all this. Who am I speaking with here?
Mike Guns.
Mike, and you're with Blue Skies?
Yes.
Yeah, tell me what you guys do.
We're a solar and wind contractor. We install panels, full systems, windmills, in residential, commercial, and industrial.
Yeah, when you're talking about that, because I'm looking at this and saying, I know a lot of companies are doing that. Is it affordable now? I mean, there was different grant money out there and stuff at one time I heard about. Is it affordable for a homeowner to install this?
Yeah, it's coming around. The technology gets better and better every year, and the grant money comes around more so every year.
Yeah, now a windmill, what do you got to have one of those? I'd rather have the windmill than the solar power.
Around this area, you need about an acre of land that's wide open, enough for us to move it up and down, so that if it has to be maintenance, we have the ability to do so.
Yeah, because I'm telling you, it's just changing the way we live, and I think it's not too far. We're all going to be just plugging into either windmills, solar power, or anything else. Get in touch with you guys at the local company here. Where do they find you?
We're in Newcastle on 261 Airport Road. You can find us at www.wanex.com.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.